Hello guys, it's Slacker here again, coming to you with my second video. This video is going to be a little bit different than the first one where I played Rust. This one is more of a simulation for the upcoming playoffs. This is the second week of the playoffs, and I thought it'd be fun to do something with Madden. So I've gone ahead and started the matchups this weekend for Saturday and Sunday. This video will just be Saturday's matchups. This will be the Philadelphia. This will be at Philadelphia, and they are playing the Atlanta Falcons. So honestly, probably I would say Atlanta has the early edge, the advantage, because Foles isn't as good as Carson Wentz was. So we'll see what actually happens in real life, but this is just a simulation. I've thrown a couple of good clips together where something interesting's happened. I've seen a few of these on the internet, and all they did was sim the game, which doesn't really seem fun to me because every time you sim the game, you're going to get a different score. So I figured it'd be fun just to have plays actually ran by the computer. I do not have any control over these, any team. I just basically let it run and recorded it. So starting off, Atlanta gets the 3 points lead, and a nice move by Ajayi gets him a ton of yards. So one thing I noticed is I do have the most recent updated rosters, so I do have the starting lineups, as in Carson Wentz is not starting, it is Foles. So keep that in mind when watching this. So this is the most up-to-date roster that Madden has. As you see here, Matt Ryan throws a pick 6 to McLeod, and he'll run that back. So I wanted to do this just to kind of have fun. I'll probably start doing this once the regular season starts. I'm also planning on doing this for MLB when it comes out. I'll do week by week, and those I'll probably sim and just say like, hey, like this week the Yankees went 5-0 this week or something like that. So it'll kind of be the same thing, except I'm not going to play it, or I'm not going to let the computer play every single game and watch it. So Atlanta scores to get a little bit closer, and here they score again to go up by 1. One thing I did notice in this, there was actually 2 blocked punts. One you will see coming up here in a little bit, and the other one happened. I think here's the punt right here. Yep. Same thing happened actually to Atlanta, which gave Philadelphia really good field position, and then Atlanta gets a touchdown off of this one. Philadelphia actually blocks this punt and gets really good field position where Ajayi was just able to jump over the pile and get into the end zone. I'm not sure why the computer didn't go for 2, but I don't really question it. So at halftime, the score is 24-23. I'm not sure I see that happening. It's really high scoring. Philadelphia's defense has been decent all year, so I don't see Philadelphia giving up that many points. But also with Wentz being out, I don't see Atlanta giving up that many points. I feel like Philadelphia, it definitely was quarterback dependent, and now that they don't have their quarterback, you have no idea what's going to happen. So in the game, Atlanta gets out to 2 early touchdowns. That's actually his 3rd of the game. I don't remember his last name, but it's not Julio Jones. So at the end of the 3rd, it was 38-29. I figured, yeah, this is probably what it's going to be. Philadelphia just keeps chipping away with field goals. Atlanta actually missed a field goal. And then Ertz was a huge player for them. This isn't Ertz right here. This is another wide receiver they have, but Ertz, I think, ended up with like 10 catches or something, which, I could possibly see because, Carson Wentz isn't back there. It's Foles. Foles might do checkdowns. You never know. Foles actually gets a rushing touchdown here, which is kind of cool. Don't really see that happening. I don't think Foles really moves well in the pocket or really moves well on reads, but we'll see. So Philadelphia actually has a lead here. The Falcons are trying to drive down the field. They get a huge first down on a 4th and 9. The 2-minute warning comes. They had multiple chances to get in the end zone. Right here is a huge play. Tevin Coleman actually drops a wide open pass that would have gave him the first down. So since he didn't catch it, didn't get the first down, they're forced with a 4th and 7. So this could be a completely different game. On 4th and 7, they actually catch it in the end zone, but he was out of the back of the end zone. So they don't get the touchdown. I don't think they even reviewed it. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because it's a computer that does it. Atlanta burns all 3 timeouts, gets back in the game, and this is where my game started messing up when recording. Matt Ryan backs up twice and gets sacked, and that's pretty much the end of the game. So Philadelphia came back and won this. I'm not sure I fully see that happening. I really think the Atlanta Falcons have the upper edge, but it is cool to see how Madden interprets the games, how things happen during the games. Matt Ryan had a lot better day with 456 yards. J.J. almost had 200 yards rushing. Zach Ertz, there's those 10 receptions for 80-some yards. That I could see happening, but I don't really see. Yeah, see here, even the Falcons had more yards. Falcons pretty much had everything except they just couldn't win. So the second game I simmed is the next Saturday game, and that's between the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. It is being played at Foxborough. Not that, New England Patriots don't even really need the advantage. So one thing I did on this game is I sped up the event type with quick presentation. The first game literally took me about 3.5 hours to play because replays kept playing over and over again. You cannot skip them. So the quick presentation definitely sped up the games. The second game is definitely sped up compared to the first. So if I had to make a prediction, obviously I'm going with the Patriots. Me being a Chiefs fan hated to see Tennessee come back and win. I'm a huge Mariota fan because I love the Oregon Ducks, but I don't think Tennessee necessarily won that game. I feel like the Chiefs kind of gave it away, but don't get me wrong, Tennessee's good. Just don't think they have what it takes to beat New England. This game was actually a little closer than I thought it would be. I figured with Gronk catching passes like that all the time, New England had the running game going, and just having Tom Brady itself, I figured would amount in a lot of points, but it actually wasn't that high scoring of a game. Here's New England kicking another field goal. Mariota is coming down, trying to get them on the board, and he does. This one's to Delaney Walker. I could definitely see that happening. I feel like Delaney Walker is Mariota's crutch. He's great tight end, been great all year. Definitely good for Mariota. I think that's actually the fullback catching that one. And with all of the Patriots running backs, they always have people to throw to. Tom Brady takes forever and decides to run it. Gets lit up and fumbles. This is huge because this is in the red zone. This could have added another 7, well, at least 3 points on. However, they get the ball back with a minute left in the half. And you know what Tom Brady does before halftime? He connects here with Brandon Cooks. He runs it, 83 yards for a touchdown. So that's right before half, and the Patriots actually do that in real life. They score right before the half, and then they'll come around the third quarter and actually score in the first possession, more like a 14-point swing. They actually do that in real life. I've seen it multiple times this year. I don't think anybody really thinks Tennessee's going to win this. Their defense just isn't good enough to stop the Pats. I was actually surprised that the Patriots running back core, I know they use a few of them, but Dion Lewis has just been killing it this year. So I'm not sure I see Tennessee even keeping this close. If I had to guess, I'm going to go with a 28-10 win, possibly. I don't think they score this much, but we'll wait and see how the game actually turns out. This, as I told you, this game went a lot faster. There's a lot less scoring plays. There wasn't as many exciting plays, so kind of hard to try to edit something together that wasn't boring for you guys. But here's big third down that the Titans couldn't get. This was basically their last chance. They needed to score here. They actually elected to kick the field goal, and they miss it, which is huge because that would have left it at least a one-possession game. They could have got the ball back and made a game of it. However, they could not hit the field goal. They burn all 3 timeouts, get the ball back on a punt, but they're just not able to get down the field to score. So New England wins this one 23-13, I believe. The score stays the same, yes. And I don't see it being much different. I guess 28-10, which is 8 points difference. But yeah, I don't think the Tennessee Titans really have a shot at winning this. So I think the Pats go on. If you'd like to see me do any other videos like this, please put them down below. That way I kind of know, if we have a huge soccer following in here, we could get soccer videos out. Vice versa, if anybody wants an NBA game, any simulations from that. I think it's just fun to see how close the games actually come to real life. I feel like sometimes there's complete busts. Sometimes, like the Rams, I think they were like a 72 to begin the year. They're up in the 80s now. So, but Madden, I think, does a great job, especially when they update the rosters and they keep people where their playing style is and stuff like that. It makes it a lot fairer. So I did the simulations for these 2 games. This might or might not happen, but this is what Madden has for it. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that little red subscribe button down below. That would help greatly. My next video will actually be the Sunday games. I went ahead and recorded them as well, and those will be the Jacksonville at Pittsburgh Steelers and New Orleans Saints at Minnesota. So if you want to see that video, go ahead and stick around. That should be releasing Saturday. This video will be up Friday night, so a day ahead of the actual game itself. Sunday's game will be up on Saturday. But here we have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Atlanta Falcons and New England beating Tennessee. However, I do believe that New England will beat Tennessee. I don't really see the Philadelphia Eagles beating Atlanta. Atlanta came out strong at the end of the season. They struggled at the beginning, but I think they got it together. Philadelphia, it's just hard to see them winning with their backup quarterback. I know Foles is a decent quarterback, but he's not Carson Wentz. They don't have really the firepower. I mean, Nelson Aguilar is pretty good, but he's not a top wide receiver like a Julio Jones or anything. So I don't see that one really happening like Madden called it. Until the next video, Slacker out.